Alright, we are back. Just in time for the next leg lower. Let's go. Let's go. Kicking off the next leg. Let's go. I'm back, guys. Missing the next leg down. Let's go. Where'd you guys go? Come on back. I don't want to hear those bells ringing all by myself. There you are. What took you so long? I've been on for a little bit, waiting for everybody to come back. About 10 minutes. I guess nobody has notifications on. Alright, I'd like to add these 412s at $1. Did you get a notification? You there on for real? Hello?
At the last minute, I decided to take.
Yes. Into the close. Aha. 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock is when that employment trends index came out. Market went sideways trying to make sense of it, and then I guess it didn't like it. But that's just an excuse. As I was saying before this move lower, I was expecting lower before higher going into today. But anyways, no, the power went out. You see the title? Yeah, I was gonna be so pissed if it took a while or never came back on. But we're back on. We're live.
Turkey? You think Turkey's going to war with Russia over that? Get serious.
Oh, my bad, guys. You should have mentioned that earlier. I forgot to turn on the audio on OBS. Oh well. I was watching it when you guys weren't here, so.
Serious. So it would take NATO. Does NATO want to put itself in the way of now open sea war? I don't know that that's the case. You saw over the weekend a lot of talk about shipping by rail wheat out of Ukraine. Okay, that isn't going to happen either. The rail lines were blown up going into Belarus. Who's going to rebuild those? The second element is, what about all the wheat that Russia is confiscating from the areas they've taken? They are taking that wheat, I'm reading reports about it, bringing it through, selling it as now Russian wheat to those that will buy it. And that becomes the question. There's always somebody to buy. Example, Russian oil. Who's the big buyer right now? Well, we know China, but India. India is entering into long-term deals with Russia to secure at very favorable rates oil for themselves. So you've got that. There'll be others that do this. I mean, at the end of the day, the Biden administration doesn't have the right energy policy. People need help. They'll get it. They got to keep their economies going. They're really not interested in American politics. They're interested in their own. India's going to look out for India. I get it. You should get that too. One thing's morals, another's what you do to stay in power as a politician, and how do you keep a democracy going if that's what you're going to try to do. Now, another thing that I want you to consider, each morning, you heard me already apologize for not putting out my weekend update for you, the free one that I do here. But I don't miss my morning futures updates or the weekend update where I'm sitting there and telling you what I'm seeing on weekly charts. So Monday through Friday mornings cover primarily daily charts. I will move into a few weekly like I did today and show you where the stock market rally might culminate. But then Saturdays or Sundays, I will bring out and cover 40 charts, weekly versions as well. So at the end of the day with our market wrap up, trade well.
Alright, yeah, it wasn't that good of a video. Oh, by the way, you guys didn't mention it earlier. You didn't hear any bells ringing because the audio was off. I totally forgot about it. Was it on earlier? I think it was off because my computer shut down from the power. So I don't know if it defaulted to off. So anyway, we're very extended up here. Sort of extended. I want to say very. These MAs need some time here. However, if we're getting a bigger move to 408, they may make a run for 410 in relative short order. So yeah, you should be able to hear everything now. I got the desktop audio and the mic on. I don't know where Vlad is. They should come back to 4130. Keyword should, not will. So right now, if we break that 410, we got that 200 up here. So yeah, we are a big extended here. This hour, this should come back to 4130, possibly even more, because this should be a consolidation hour. So that's, 4130 not getting hit would be the surprise. I would say there's a 90% chance it gets hit. I think my trend lines went away. I don't think they saved. Oh no, they're there. I could have swore, maybe I drew it on SPY. So if they don't hit this 413, 4130, that would be the surprise. And these MAs, now that I look at it, are supportive of coming short of that and then getting the surprise move back lower. But on the other time frames, the 15 minute, the 1 hour, it's pretty heavy. So this should get tagged. Damn it, I forgot my order. Well, hopefully it's surprising and they come short, because that would be probably a bottom tick. But that's probably not going to happen. Wishful thinking there. Wishful thinking. Yeah, that's getting hit. I would be shocked if they don't hit that. We may even come back down to 1350. $13.50 might get hit here because we got VWAP here. So $13.50 would satisfy that. That's what I was talking about earlier. Can you believe this shit? I literally tagged the target right here by penny. I was doing analysis as it was happening. I mean, I was gonna hold it for the possible 410 break, but I should have sold that one up there. But whatever. And I did have my order at $2, and the high was $2. Whatever. So this is good going forward. I really don't want them to come here. The reason being is this 200 is supportive. So here's a little, I don't know what the numbers are, but when you see any MA kind of hockey stick like this up, okay, this is only a 1 minute, so this could flatten and move down. Okay, it's more prone to movement. But when you see this kind of hockey stick up, I don't know numbers, but pretty much every time I've seen this type of move on longer time frames, so the 1 minute's not the best example, but it should still apply. This is telling you the move is far from done. So normally when you see a hockey stick like that, this is a dip buy going forward for how much time, I don't know, but let me give you an example here. I don't know if you guys, I'll use the market. Here's how I knew that, now granted I didn't know the extent of how high the market was going to go, but this is how I knew that the market was going a lot higher here. So you see the same thing here. So as we were here in COVID, okay, it's so hard to see here because this distorts it, but here, the chart just goes up so much right here. This 50 on the weekly, okay, see this? So it was already rising, but it kind of hockey stick up like this. See this turn? Okay. When we were here and here, that turn told me, you know, I didn't know we're going to go where we're going to go as high. Nobody knew that. But when this was just about here, let's say, maybe even like here, from the time it looked turned here to, let's say, till June a year ago, I knew this was going to last for a while. Meaning, we're not going to get the real pullback anytime soon. Now, I didn't know they're just going to keep grinding and grinding and grinding. This faked everyone out here. I thought this was like the beginning right here. I thought, we were going to bounce and then get rejected. So this was where everybody got faked out. I wasn't fighting it. I'm just saying I didn't expect this. Nobody did. But that hockey stick tells you that the move is unlikely coming to an end anytime soon. So that's what told me back then. When you see that hockey stick on an MA on a longer time frame, that's a good sign the move will continue. Now again, I just showed you that on a 1 minute, so the 1 minute doesn't have as much weight as the 1 hour or the 4 hour or the daily. So let's see what happens here. Are they going to screw everyone for the gap up here and then come back down to fill the other gap? We'll see. Because now you would have a surprise higher. But the 15 minute and the 1 hour, they all need time to consolidate. This is very similar actually to Friday right here. This is a little more bullish because we have a flat 50. Here you had a falling 50. But the idea is that this could reverse. We have people trapped up here. You got VWAP. I was hoping they didn't come to 414, but or up here, what was it? 413.50, but they're hitting it. So the bears need this to get rejected. On this next candle, we need a nice reversal back to 13. The bears do, at least. But the way this market's trading, who knows? Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Are we doing that? I don't know. Like I said, I came in today because again, I'm looking for 420 plus, not just 420. I think we could fill that gap at 430 on this run up. So one more rug pull would make sense. Maybe they come short of the 405 gap. Who knows if we get there, what happens, but one more rug pull would make sense. Let's hope. Because right now, they screwed both gap people, above and below. Yeah, so the bears absolutely cannot give up this 1350. Absolutely cannot give up. They really need to wake up, like on this candle, taking back 13. 13 needs to be taken back on this candle. So this is looking similar to this. But the other time frames say we just needed a consolidation on the 15 minute and the 1 hour. So I'm going to say they screw the VWAP dip buyers that want VWAP. However, this is a key pivot right here. that if they come down here, VWAP's going to get tagged. I mean, maybe missed by a quarter point, but let's see what they do here. But the Bears need to put their foot down here and take back 413 on this 5 minute. Yeah, this is a weird posture now. Because you got that 20 down there. If we break that 410, it's likely going to be in a somewhat surprised manner based on this posture. I mean, now it's looking like we're not going to see it till till power hour, maybe the last 30 minutes. Alright, so they're trying to take back 413. Yeah, this needs to hold, like, no questions, because they have to do battle with this 1240. So they really need to turn it around, the Bears, sooner than later. Alright, so we're looking for a 1 minute divergence here. But that's not a good close on that 5 minute. Bears are losing some ground here. It's not looking really good. Yeah, I haven't looked at the 30 minute. This 30 minutes pretty ugly. They really need to turn this 30 minute around. They don't have a lot of time though. It's looking pretty shaky here. Pretty shaky here. It's a very strange look. A very strange look. Alright, this 1 minute divergence may play out here. The Bears really need to step it up here. Really need to step it up. Alright, I got me a 413 on that dip at 74 cents. I may have just bottom ticked it. I was being very patient there trying to snipe that trade, and I think I just did. Oh, the low was 73. Okay, got him at 74. But they really need to wake up ASAP. This 5 minute is not looking good. I mean, they really need to come out of this hole here. Remember what I just mentioned a few minutes ago? This 50 is getting this hockey stick. See this? But this deep of a cut, now we're looking like at best we're going to fill the gap into the close. You know, if they could dig out of this hole, maybe we crack 410 into the close. I mean, they really need to dig out of this hole and wake up. This is not a good close on this 5 minute. This next 5 minute is going to have to run at 1250. Bears got to take back the tape very quickly, because now it's putting the chart in jeopardy with how much time we have left here. I didn't look at the 30 minute all day. Right now, this 30 minutes is very ugly. This 30 minute needed to hold this 13, you know, and maybe put in like a hammer, something like that, some kind of consolidation candle, holding up here closer to 12. This 30 minute may put a dagger in the Bears for the day. It's looking really ugly at the moment. If they could take back 1250 on this 30 minute, well, that'll be slightly impressive and kind of needed. Almost a must for the Bears. Because this 30 minute does not look good at all. Not look good at all. 15 minute 2 is pretty shaky. And actually the posture of the 15 minute doesn't look like they could take back even 13. The power went out. Don't you see the title? Yeah, the Bears are in serious trouble right now. They're hanging by a thread right now. They're going to have to come short of VWAP at a minimum. At a minimum, play games with VWAP, come short of that. I don't even want to see VWAP get tagged because that's going to be some more fuel to push us lower. So even on this candle, it looks like they may tag it. I don't even want to see VWAP get tagged for the Bears. But the way it's looking, we may break that 14. Everyone here is going to get shaken out. And if the Bulls take it back, well, we're going back to 1550. Because this is going to be the reverse of this on the 1 minute, if that happens. Just like the Bulls here just broke it out, never came back here. Well, this might be the same in the opposite direction. They need to take back this ASAP. 1250 ASAP, but if they could snap it back and regain this trend line from that first bounce, that'll be the beginning. But it's looking like they may want to spike 14. It's a coin toss right here. Who are they going to screw? More pressure on the Bears, or screw those dip buyers that want VWAP and the 14 break? Both sides have been getting screwed today as far as the moves are going. See here too, when they broke out, that's the same thing. They never came back here, even on a 1 minute. Even on this candle, even a quick dip, that would have been an ideal back test, but at least they would have hit it. See what happens when they don't back test? If they miss that back test, you better believe they're going to back test in a big way. Now when we were up here, I think up here, I was saying they're not going to come back here. That they're going to get it later. You know, next, sometime this week later. That would go along with we're going lower before we go higher thesis. But this is a little bit of a deep cut, little ugly right now for the Bears. You know, they really need to take back this trend line, like ASAP, and then that 1250. You know, really need to wake up here because we're running out of time now. Because the way it's looking, the more we hang out here and play these games, the more it's looking like the Bulls might take it back, and we could see this 1550 today. It's very shaky right now. This should hold, and if it doesn't, it's going to get pretty ugly for the Bears. That 30-minute, man, I'm sure with that close it looks even worse. Ah, man, really shaky. Really shaky. This is interesting, though. Even with this close, this 9 here is pointing up. kind of like this 50. Was it the 50 or on the 15? I forgot which one. Well, that one is sort of. No, it was on the 5-minute. Well, this is pretty shaky right here. This 20 right here. That's not a good look. This is saying you're going lower or higher. We're going to break 14. That's what this look is saying. So we're getting conflicting messages right now in multiple time frames. It's really tough to call it either way, either direction. It's really at the moment it's a coin toss. There's a big battle going on right now, right at VWAP here. This 15-minute really needs to close at 12:50. They'll take back this 9 and that pivot. So the bears really need to wake up sooner than later. We'll see how it plays out here. It's looking like we could get one of these cup and handles. Maybe they break 12 and go for this 11:50, and then from there, well, whatever. It could be a cup and handle or whatever. But it's looking like it may be rounding out here. Ooh. What happened to Vlad? He got lost. Couldn't find his way back after that stream ended. Earlier he was saying it was a snooze fest. Now it's a snooze fest right down here as they're trying to decide what to do. Four 14s looking more likely as each minute goes by with this consolidation. They really need to get out of here. Yeah, everyone's been quiet all day today. I'm still kind of out of it from my so-so sleep. But I think this is the quietest you guys have been since I started. Are you at your job or do you work at home? Or no, you do IT, right? Duh, your name's IT. You could be working remotely though. Oh, okay. Alright, so the Bears are hanging by a thread here. Because they came back here. This was enough consolidation at 414. So the fact that they came back again is showing some weakness on the Bears' part. So they really gotta, if this was a bull trap, then they're gonna really turn the tape around. That's 1250 needs to happen on this 15 minute. It's almost a must. If 410 is gonna get hit into the close, it's almost a must. So they're hanging by a thread here. This 5 minutes looking a little better here. Okay. This is what needs to happen. I was getting a little worried down here. 30 minutes down here, that's quite a bit of time right here. But there's the 15 minute, the hourly, even this 5 minute with this 50 down here. It needed some more time. So how I was talking about that hockey stick, this hockey stick look, this is a piece of the puzzle for the Bears that we're going to break low day into close. But they need to keep their foot on the gas, getting out of this hole, like I said. That next 5 minute needs to close as close to 1250 as possible to firm up that 15 minute. So they really need to wake up here. So far they're doing what they need to do, but they cannot let up. Oh man, nobody reads the titles. Come on, man, read the title. It's not even, it's raining over here, but there's no wind or storms, so I don't know why it went out. There's some construction going on not far from me, so I don't know if that was it or what, but anyway, this is going to be ugly close on this 5 minute. Not ugly, but not ideal. Yeah, it's not looking too hot here. This next 5 minute really needs to wake up for the Bears right here. Well below 413. Yeah, well, the power went out, so nobody knew what was going on. Yeah, right now, I was saying how it's very, it's a coin toss right now. There's a lot of conflicting signals on both time frames, or well, both sides. It's especially where we are right here. Where we are right here for the Bears, they took a deep cut for the Bears, so the Bears really need to dig out of this hole. Like I was calling for 1250. Here we go. 1250 on this 15 minute. So this next 5 minute needs to close as close up here as possible. But they've been hanging around here for a while. This is a little worrisome. This 1350 should have held. They should have went up here like this, back to 13, and then like that's as far as timing goes. Because right now they've been hanging around up here around 1350 for a while. So yeah, it's not looking too hot right now for the Bears, but again, it's I would say it's 50-50 right now for either side. They're hanging by a thread right now. If they can't close below 13 on this 15 minute, that's going to be trouble. lot of trouble. Because we're back here where we were before, and we spent quite a bit of time up here. This is a 15-minute. So whether we break low day or 410 today, unless the bulls really just take it back, going into tomorrow, we're going to see 407. I would say maybe we fill that gap. Maybe. If the bears can hold it under 413 on a close, that'll be enough to push us lower tomorrow, in my opinion. So I've seen this story before where we are right now, and in the past it's played out where they'll break out here, they'll crack that pivot, and then you get your consolidation for the next leg into the close. That's my experience on this setup right here. So hopefully it plays out that way. Yeah, they need to be, they're in trouble a little bit. Well below 13. This is going to be an ugly 15-minute. They haven't even made an attempt at 13. So now this 9 at all this time right here. I mean, this needed to snap up to create this move lower to fix these MAs. So this is an ugly, ugly close right here. Pretty ugly close. They didn't even attempt 13 on this 15-minute. That's very ugly. Very ugly. We've got 1 minute left. So if they could take back 13 on this 15-minute, they're still hanging by a thread. Okay, so you got a lot of work to do. This 15-minute needs to take back 12 now. Like, no questions asked. 12 has to be taken back on this 15-minute. No questions asked. Because if they close up here, this will be flat. They could consolidate for a candle and then have enough time and energy to challenge low day. But right now, nothing's happening until power hour. And this is a bull flag for the bulls, technically at the moment. Hanging by a thread. Hanging by a thread here. The hourly looks the best, actually, for the bears. This looks the most supportive that we could break low day to close. Because you've got the 9 crossed up here, and when you look at it like this is a normal pullback here. I'm sure that's a 50% pullback. So yeah, there you go. There's your 50% retrace. The hourly looks the best for the bears, which that's a good thing. It's a larger time frame. 30 minutes, very ugly. 30-minute is hanging in there. So if we could take back 12, paint a big fat green reversal of the reversal up here. You got the 9 up here moving up. There's your 20. On the next candle, we could get a consolidation, and then the last 2 candles get your push through low of day. for the Bears. But if we break low day or try to make a run, it's definitely very likely not going to happen until the last 30 minutes. It could happen at 2 o'clock. It can make a spike or whatever. But any real push lower is not likely happening until the last 30 minutes. Looking at the posture right now. But they really need again, I'm calling for a 412 close on this 15 and 30 minute in the next 12 minutes as like a necessity for the Bears. What is that? Is it a chart? Oh, okay. Speaking of the tick, okay, so now I thought overbought was up here. Isn't overbought at the top? So it looks like we're going lower now. Based on this MACD of the tick, it's looking like we will break low day into the close. I'm just looking at that. So that was interesting. At 1,000? Oh, okay. That's what I thought. So up here means they're ticking higher. That's what I thought, overbought. Because I was going to say, this posture was looking like we may be going higher then. This is overbought. This is looking, well, there's no guarantee with this book, but based on how it's range bound, it's looking like the next move is going to be back up. We're hanging in there. But again, I don't follow the tick, so I don't know how it behaves that well. You got these MAs crossing, but it's range bound though, so it's not going to break below. It stays in this range here. Yeah. So this is interesting here. Now look at this. We're getting down ticks here. So, alright, this is looking good. What I laid out earlier. This is what we wanted. If this 15 or 30 minute can close 12, that's going to be very good. We might even get a little flush right here on the next candle. We might hit 12 on this one, and that second one might pop up, even challenge that pivot. It's a very, very strange posture with these MAs. Very, very strange. Very, very strange. You know, this downside here shouldn't hold. Doesn't mean we're going to break out higher. But this is a, man, we're going to get some kind of trap door. I don't think a trap door like that. We could actually. Not on this candle, but if they open the trap door and sell, this would be catching up as we get a big move to the downside. This would be the falling 9 that eventually, once we bottom, we bounce to come back to that 9 that's going to catch up. So, all right, let's go. Looking good here. All right, back to green. Back to green, baby. Let's go. That 413 I bought at 74 cents is almost double. Looking good here. All right, here we go. Yeah, it has been a difficult day, Mega. It's been difficult since last week. I was starting to sweat a little bit here. But this is looking really good. We're getting a nice big fat 5-minute breakdown candle. So the scenario I laid out, the ideal scenario for the bears is working out right now. Well, ideal would have been earlier, but I said like this 30-minute has to close 12, and right now we're looking good. So this is good. This is very good. Very, very good. I think the next 5-minute is going to break this pivot right here. It always looks most bearish from here. I don't know about you guys, but for me, see, look right here. This is looking, when I see the ES, it always looks the most bearish on ES. When I look at ES, you know, I see us coming down here. I see that possible on ES when I see this. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it looks more realistic on this chart. And look at that bear flag. Where would that take us? This is getting very good. The posture is not ideal though. It's a very weird posture. Again, the hourly on SPY is the most supportive for more downside that we're going to break low day. The hourly on SPY is a smoking gun to me. So, at best, if it gets really crazy, you know, they may make a run for 408. If it gets crazy, you're looking at a breakthrough 410 down here. So far this bear flag is supporting that. The hourly on SPY is supporting a lower day break. My analysis going into today, over the weekend, was lower before higher. So we really have 3 good pieces of evidence that support we're going to break 410 at a minimum. At a minimum. I mean, we're not that far away now. We're not that far away right now. So we got rejected at the 200. See why you got to look at just charts, at all charts? So if we break and it gets crazy, 4083 is the number. Let's go, baby. Crack it open. I would say there's a I don't know. I don't know what the percentage is, but I would say there's probably a 20% chance we come down here. There's Silver. What's up, man? I'd say there's a 20% chance we hit this today. 409, I would say there's 80% chance we hit 409. Oh baby, let's go. Open it up. Open it up. Oh, they're doing. Oh man, this is sick. This is sick. Oh man, I'm gonna get paid today. Oh, I got saved on these 412s. I'm gonna explain this later. You guys saw my target right here, right? As I was doing my chart analysis right here, literally to the penny, off by penny, and I had my order at $2. I didn't sell it, but this saved me. This was this pissed me off and had me sweating a bit, but man, I'm gonna talk about that later. No, I know. Not now. I'm waiting for below daybreak. So okay, it's working out exactly how I wanted. I said on this next 5 minute, we have a good chance of breaking this pivot. We still do. So I think there's a chance. But they sort of made the run there, so that might be it. And maybe we backtest, but I think this is a surprise. So I think in the next minute or so, they may make a run for this pivot. And then on the next 5 minute, we could come back down here to 412-ish. But this is, oh man, this is working out. No, I think it's going to go lower before higher. All right. This is making my day. Now I'm happy I added. Man, sometimes it's tough because right here, to go short, you're hoping they turn it around. So you didn't really have solid evidence to be like, okay, this is a good short. You had good risk to reward against this pivot, but it wasn't ideal based on the posture. That's why you're getting this surprise kind of quick move, because the posture on that 5 minute wasn't so hot. So this is the ideal situation here. We're closing well below 412 on this 15 and 30 minute. This is setting up very nicely for lower break. Probably in the next 30 minutes by power hour. I think this move can hold even longer here. So they didn't break that pivot on this 5 minute, like I said, had a chance. They're going to get it on the next 5 minute. Hard to explain why, but it's the posture. When you crack open like this and fan out, it's unlikely just a regular move higher and then the dip and consolidate. You're going to get a little bit of a chase here, and then this is to the downside too. So because it's to the downside, it happens quicker, and you could get that extra nobody expected it move. I mean, they already tagged this 3 times here, so they're battling it. And this 5 minute here is supportive. Man, we could. I think we could flush low day before power hour. This 5 minute is supportive of that. It's supportive of a low day break. Maybe even on this current 15 minute. Let me look at it. Oh yeah, that's very possible. Because of this 9, it quote unquote should bounce a bit. At least here. I mean, I want that to happen. I don't want it to run away without a back test, because that's gonna hurt the further downside. So I want 12 to crack. I prefer 12 to crack. Unless they spike up, we get some doji or something on the next 15 minute, they can hit that 12 and then take off again. We'll see how it plays out. But right now, I'm the most green I've been all day, thanks to my ad. I added down here. I got in a 413 at 74, which is nicely doubled right now. Here's another mistake you don't want to make. Why did I get the 413? Well, because we took a pretty deep cut here for the bears. So when I bought it on this candle low or this candle low, 413 is still out of the money. So I didn't know this was going to happen. My idea was, well, they're at least going to make an attempt for low a day. But it was looking pretty shaky here, given how much time they ate off the clock here, hanging around. So, and that's why I only bought one, and I didn't add or anything because this was a chase. I don't know if I'll have energy for this lesson later, but the lesson is looking for A+ setups. And you don't have to trade every twitch in the market. Oh yeah, speaking of the VIX, guys, remember what I said last week? I'm SPY guy, so you guys look at that VIX, you look at the tick, you look at the Russell, you look at the Qs. We need more pieces of the puzzle. I can look at it too. I'm not that I can't look at it, but my focus is SPY. Well, I know, not that it's up decently. I want analysis. I'm not saying you need to go as thorough and deep as me, but Vlad, you're the VIX guy. You said VIX and tick, so you should be our VIX guy. Giving some further insight as to how it acts. All right, so this is good for the chart going forward. I want 12 to break. I hope they don't come short since they're already there. I want that 12 to break, maybe like 12.15. Oh, I know, whatever. Just give your input on the VIX, on the TA on the VIX. So I don't really follow the VIX. I really just follow SPY because it's all the same market. So it's very rare that you get some other chart telling you something that SPY is not telling you. Well, the VIX does, but what I'm saying is, so does SPY. Okay, so whatever the VIX is saying, it's going to reflect in SPY. It's very rare you get divergences. Okay, so they're playing games of 12 here. I'd rather them crack it. I mean, we did backtest that pivot right here. So I'd rather them crack because we got these trend lines here. So 12.15 would be ideal on this candle. 12.15, possibly not 12.20. I'd rather see that hit. But it's looking like, let's see the 1 minute. I'll tell you if they're going to hit it. Yeah, they're going to hit it. Okay. 12.15 will get hit. No, I know they hedge. I'm just saying, anytime I looked at the VIX, it didn't tell me anything like, oh, whoa, there was no unknown evidence about where the market might. Okay, so let's look at it. All right, so right now, the VIX ain't done, just like SPY. It's the same story. So we didn't break that pivot. It's following this. They're following each other. Now the reason I think we could get a flush through low of day is because this posture is saying this move needs to continue to break that low day because we're running out of time, and also the MAs along with SPY are getting people hesitant to short because of the posture and how extended we are from the MAs. So yeah, so what we want to look at the VIX is on the daily. So right here on did it fill the gap? Okay, it missed the gap just like SPY. So I don't know who missed the gap first, SPY or VIX, but that is a sign right there. but it looks like they're very close. So right now the VIX is battling this 26 area here. So that's a very key pivot. So VIX is closer to its pivot than SPY is to its pivot of 420. So you want to call 420, well, 417. So the VIX is closer to 417 than SPY is. So this is a bullish divergence for the VIX. That the VIX didn't get away as far away as SPY did from this pivot. So this is bearish for the SPY, that we're likely going to snap back above 26. I'm not saying today, I'm just saying looking at the daily. Okay, so here we go. So that's supportive of this move is going to continue. And let's go, baby. Flush that low day. Where's my bells at? They're in there somewhere. I think it's at 11. So this is supportive that we could see a run at least to 410.50, possibly 410 on this run. Because if we break that, they're not going to stop at the gap. I think we could see 410, definitely in the next 20 minutes. Yeah, so I don't know about the tick, how that works. The tick makes it a little more obvious because the tick is range bound. But extreme readings are also, how do I put it? Right here. Okay, most people are like, oh, we're due for a bounce. The average person. No, we're not due for a bounce. This is kicking off a move. Getting into the power band. This is the power band of the Stochs. This could kick off here and stay up here. This is where the market has its most power, up or down. So this thrust, this is a breath thrust to the downside. Okay, on a short, on a 5 minute. Now you want this to continue. We don't want to flag out here. You don't want to see a rotation on a flag. You want this to continue and then, bounce around. This is going to open up volatility as the VIX is indicating, meaning, we could crack low day, possibly 410, and then come back a whole dollar to 411. It's opening up the range of the market. So this is looking good. We're gonna break low day likely on this candle. It would be ideal to break low day. Ideal and also looking like it will on this candle. So at best, that 408 and a quarter, it's a stretch, but it's a stretch. The market's normally on a day like this, okay, we're going to break low day, maybe crack 410, especially, you got a lot to battle here, okay? So in normal market conditions, definitely breaking the low day, we're going to fill the gap, possibly we crack 410. That's a normal day. But because of this action, I don't know how we get there, but I'm not ruling out the 409 break into or after the close, especially when you look at ES, this big bear flag here that's hanging out towards the lows, allowing the MAs to catch up here. When you look at this big bear flag, when I look at this chart, this is very, very possible. ES always gives me a better look at the downside because you get all this pre-market action. What's up, Jay? I'm pretty good, pretty nicely green right now. Might be very nicely green, depending how we break these lows here. How about you? Well, yeah, anyway, so ES here, just like here. Okay, all this open space. We gapped down on Friday. But man, if we held up here, oh my God, would that have been a good short? Okay, but they gapped it down too much. But all this open space, when I see this, it it it's the best looking chart to look at to paint the picture for a move down when I look at ES, because it's more open. And then as you see here, obviously with the gap down, it wasn't a quick move. But right now, we're going to get a quick move if we get a move. They're not going to dance around. They're going to flush. We're not going to have this. I mean, we're going to bounce, but this is telling me here, we could paint a nice big fat red candle through low day on this next 5 minute. The 4010 break, I'm looking at 409 is a realistic target, but that's the bear flag target we're in right now. But don't make a mistake I always make. Doesn't mean they have to hit it by the close. So what does that mean? We can do whatever we're going to do. Maybe we don't even break low day. That would suck. Right now we need some time here. We got the 9 here. Hopefully, but you want this to happen sooner than later. Anyway, they may do it, but they might not do it till 5 o'clock today. So you got to be careful. This is slightly worrisome right here. See, they need to crack this open here. This 5 minutes, slightly worrisome. This would be a really weird day if this held and then we go up here. That would be just a very strange look. But we're still in this bear flag, and a bounce here is expected with these MAs up here. But we should break down through low of day. It would be very shocking if we didn't. Yeah, this is supportive of a power hour flush. This is an ugly look for the bulls right here. We would have to get some rally out of nowhere to support a move above this pivot here. Because right now this hourly is not looking good, and the SPY hourly was the most bearish looking even before this move. Even before this move off of here, the hourly was the most bearish. So this is normal right here. So they're finally going to crack that 12, maybe hit that 12.15. I wish they would have did it earlier. I mean, they don't have to do it. Do you mean the ticker SH? Or shit? Because this is also the inverse right here, so I don't know which one you're talking about. Oh, okay. Well, SH is also, as you can see. So it's tough to say how this pans out going forward. It's tough to say. Okay, I want 12.15 to get hit. Did they come short of it? That 12.15 would be nice to fill in there. 12.07. I really want that line to get hit. I hope it does. It should. Yeah, look at that 20. That 20's way down here. It should get hit. Alright, yeah, it's going to get hit. They may even break this pivot right here. We may come back down to 12.50. Coming short at 1250 would be nice. They could undercut this low here, satisfy both these trend lines right here. Yeah, as far as the VIX, I want some analysis on the VIX. As far as, how do I put it? Like, yeah, I mean, some analysis on it. So meaning, do you see, like a divergence would be good? No, I know you're the VIX guy though. That's the point. I'm the SPY guy. You're the VIX guy. No, you could analyze it. Divergences. So right now, okay, we're testing this pivot right here. We didn't break that pivot. Okay, now look at the VIX. Oh, the VIX did break that pivot. Okay. The VIX did break that pivot. This is the 1215 pivot. Yeah, so there you go. That's what I'm talking about. The VIX is giving a bearish divergence against SPY because VIX broke the pivot here. Okay? SPY didn't. So this is saying we're going lower because there was more hedging up here enough to break this pivot, yet SPY didn't. Now again, I don't track the VIX that much, but this is supportive of the daily, that the VIX is already challenging how do I put this? I lost my train of thought. Actually, I think it would revert. Anyway, the VIX is higher than where the SPY is right now. On the daily. So actually that makes sense, actually. Hold on. I don't know, because these are inverses, sort of. So if the SPY is below this pivot, and the VIX is already up here, I don't know how, I'm kind of confused. My brain's not working right now. I'm still kind of tired. It's confusing me. But anyway, the point is the VIX is holding up higher relative to SPY. So that's a bearish divergence. Well, a bullish divergence for the VIX to go higher, but a bearish divergence for the market to go lower in the short run. So, okay, this is still looking good right here. We're going to break low day. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Alright, so if we hit 409, these 413s will be $4. I'm going to put my order at 420 on these 413s. I really should add to the winner right now because we're ripping down now. But it's a chase. I'm already in pretty good, so I'm going to save my ammunition for a bounce. Okay, so I'm doing really good right now. I'm getting paid right now. These 412s are waking back up here. We make a run for that 410. I'm going to be they'll be back above high day. So the VIX wasn't lying with that divergence. See what I was talking about? That the VIX broke that prior SPY pivot high. That's the kind of analysis I'm looking for. Let's go. Ring those bells, baby. Flush this down the toilet. Let's go, baby. Here we go. Oh my God. If we hit that 408, I mean, why not? We break this, and then you got all the Friday bullshit. We break that. Oh, and then we could get a nice bounce. Come on, please do it. Not just to pay me on these puts, but to give us a nice bounce. Come on, flush that low on the next candle. You could back test it, and then one more capitulation move. All right, this is looking good, and the range is opening up. This is good. We're going to break up here. We're definitely breaking 410. No questions asked. No questions asked. I think 409 has a good shot too. Yeah, of course, silver. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. So this is good. This is looking really good. We probably should consolidate. Uh, they might bounce, but they're gonna hold below this 40 pivot. We need a little time here, but I forgot to get a target right here. I think we already hit that target. No, we didn't. Okay, so all right, next stop is 410.50. So another dollar. See, I kind of don't like when you get these kind of spikes with this kind of posture, because it's really wishy-washy and very much riskier to stay in, um, rather than if they slowly crept up here and kind of grind it a little bit to give more time for these MAs, because now you could get this, chase it, reverse it. It really throws a wrench into the setup, because now this 1 minute is saying we definitely need a little more time here, and the fact that we're below this 50, let alone the 40 pivot, is it sucks. Yeah, that's an ugly candle, very ugly candle. However, the hourly is still supportive, because this could trap you. I think this is a fake hammer on the ES. That's a fake out because of the other time frames. So right here, we're flushing this hammer. Probably on the next 5 minutes to kick off power hour. I don't think this hammer holds. The 20 is a little concerning. It's flat. There's that 15 minute with this 9 again. Look at this crap. It's hanging in there, but this actually looks worse than it did on Friday. It looks worse than it did on Friday, that's for sure. There's still work to be done. They're not gonna. Now when I'm looking at this 15 minute, definitely needs more time, and slightly worrisome. Slightly worrisome that the Bulls could patch it up here. All right, I'm gonna go get my water here. Yeah, there's a slight concern. There's again, it's right now the Bears have, I would say the Bears have an 80% edge to break low day. Look at the futures. They already challenged it. Did they break it? No, they didn't. So they didn't break it. Oh, Spy broke it. Oh, wow. Okay. So the Bears definitely have the edge to make a run for that gap, 410. But there's some conflicting signals on both charts. Like right now, the 15-minute isn't looking super hot. You know, it's saying we need more time here. I have $1 in my account. I don't trade it. I don't think they care anymore. Back in the day, I had my original account shut down because I had no money in there. But then then I opened a new one and I actually, set up the ACH and I threw $1 in there. Yeah, so the Bears aren't dead, but this what was it, 411.50? Yeah, this 411.50 really needs to be taken back. Like, they can't let up. 412 cannot let up. 412 cannot let up. This 5-minute actually, they need to be closing 411.50 or better on 5 minutes. This is enough consolidation here. But I think that's a fake hammer, and that's going to surprise into the close for the 410 run. But we need more time here. This is not unexpected. There was a chance we got some trapdoor, quick move, and then that big dump on the bounce. You come up to the 9, and then maybe the 20 into the close. But I'm calling this a fake hammer on ES or SPY. We should break 410 into the close, in my opinion. But it's a little bit of a gamble here because these MAs, these are flat. I hope this doesn't, act as a magnet, sucking price, pulling it down here for the Bears. Because this isn't good right now. We need more time. At a minimum, we need more time, and hopefully, um, they shouldn't, because the only thing is they didn't come back here on the back test. They didn't back test this 1280. So I hope they don't do that, because of the MAs, because of the back test, because they came short of VWAP, But I'm calling this a fake hammer on the ES. Alright, I'm going to get my water. Hopefully I hear some bells when I'm gone. Alright, baby, let's go. Flush that hammer. Oh, baby, if we break that hammer low. I called the last 30 minutes of the close, so well, you want to see them probably spike. We got this trend line that may be a little problematic because you want them to see them spike above that, and then they're going to have to battle that out. So, you know, maybe they'll run the 410, come back here, and then hopefully we get the bigger move into the close. But so far it's that hammer fake out is playing out. But 410.50 is target. This 5 minute this might be an ugly close here. We didn't want that at all. Damn it. This 5 minutes about to close. That's a very ugly close. I don't like this posture now. It's not over, but you know, this stupid 1150 is the new 1050 now. You know, what a piece of shit this is now. You know, all day 1050, and now, you know, 1150 is the new 1050. So that kind of sucks because now we have to do battle with 1050. So 1050 might be it for the day because it was such a pain in the ass. Okay, that's not a bad close. I didn't like it closing down here. Okay, that's not a bad close at all. Okay, they saved that 5 minute. That was looking like a really ugly close there for a minute, and I was thinking of bailing. But we're okay now. So this hourly all along was the smoking gun. There's always one chart that tells the tale. So when we were down here, okay, it was looking ugly. But looking at it from the hourly perspective, this was a normal dip. If this was a 5 minute chart, if this was a 5 minute chart, just looking at this, you'd be buying this dip right here. And then after this, you'd be like, okay, you know, we're going for another leg lower or leg higher, you know. If this was a 5 minute chart. Now we do have this. I hope they don't play games with this stupid 50 right here. I don't think they will. But sometimes, you know, we're running out of time here. That's the problem. If this was an hour ago, I wouldn't be sweating it. But we're running out of time. And this 15 minute, you know, how it's looking like, it's looking like 1050 will be it. You know, now going into the close, you got to be cautious of that gap because we don't have a lot of time left. We didn't have time to battle the gap. And that 15 minute, you got the MAs below, so it's looking a little shaky for the downside, but you know, they're hanging in there. It just sucks, you know. This is a whole hour here killed, you know, consolidating. I was hoping it would have been a little quicker. You know, we didn't come back here. I hope they don't pull something like this. It's very shaky right now. Very shaky. The Bears really have to, they can't let off the gas at all here. And they really need to stay above that, or stay below that 1150. Like, so far, you know, again, this is shaky, this little doji here. Well, they better decide to go back lower. You know, well towards this 11. However, we're still okay. The Bears are still hanging in there. They're not done. It's just we're running out of time, and we want a nice move lower. That's the issue. You know, worst case scenario, they pull the rug here on the Bears, and you know we come back down here to 413. This would be the worst case into the close. But for right now, they're battling this hammer right here. So technically, this is a bear flag. But I think this hammer flushes, and that's going to open up a trap door. A lovebird. Yeah, let me close my door. Even when it's closed, you can kind of hear him. I just let him out. That's why he's kind of loud. He's hanging out on the window right now, looking out the window. But We're running out of time here. That's the issue right now. Like I said, if this was an hour, 2 hours ago, I wouldn't be sweating anything. We got plenty of time. But let's look at the regular chart here. This hammer is going to break, in my opinion, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm right. I mean, because just look at this chart by itself. You know, this is a big bear flag. They tried it there, and there's a lot of people buying against this hammer, but the hammer never confirmed. We never got a 5-minute close above the hammer. See that? This hammer never confirmed on a 5-minute. By the book is a 5-minute close, candle over candle, above the hammer high. That's the ideal setup. So right now it's looking like 410.50 might be it. Based on this posture, because if 410.50 isn't it, we're about to flush very nicely. I'm not saying on this candle, but in the next couple candles, we're going to get a nice flush if 410.50 is not it. And this might create a bullish divergence to play the bounce here. So I'm going to be looking for this to make that lower low and turn up to play the bounce. But in the meantime, let's go, baby. Come on. Stop playing games here. And I hope 410.50. Let's go. Bells are ringing. Let's go. Open it up. Come on. You played games yesterday with that stupid 410 all day. Give us 409, please. Please, 409. We should have had 409 on Friday. Now, this is trouble because, 410 number, they're battling it out here. So we're going to need some big volume, a big flush. They're going to have to open it up. But this is good going into the close because people are getting sketchy here. Everyone's thinking, oh, Amazon split, we're going to 420. So this is fuel to flush that 410. Right now, here's that 410.50, that pesky 410.50. Pesky 410.50. Come on. I mean, obviously we want them to flush it just to get the surprise. But are they going to just like doji it here? I don't know. Shit, the target. I forgot about the target. Shit. The target was 410.53. See, we got that trend line? See how we respected that trend line from Friday? Yeah, 410.50. That's what I'm telling you, man. Remember how I was bitching about it on Friday? This huge run up. Even on the 1 minute. I think the 1 minute they did, but whatever. They didn't come back to 410.50. And Friday was National Backtest Day. Oh man, we gotta make sure about that 10.50. Oh, we broke 410. Wait, are you sure you want to break 410? What about 410.50? Oh, okay, yeah, let's make sure. Let's make sure. Oh, 410? No, I don't know. 410.50. Let's make sure. Let's make sure. Let's make sure. All day this bullshit. And now here's that pesky 410.50 again. I swear to God if that's it. And then 2 all day with this 411.50. Jesus Christ, let's go. I don't want any close above 411 here on this 5 minute. Take back 411 on this 5 minute. Come on. This stupid 1 minute. This is kind of the same look as this. Jesus Christ. It is better than here, though, because look at the MAs. The posture, we're opening up here, so it is a better look. This is good. Look at this 100. That's good. Is this a 2? So this is supportive. They could keep going. Maybe it'll be a grind. This is actually what this looked like on, was it 2 Fridays ago? Remember that squeeze on that Friday? To like 417? This 1 minute looks similar once we started breaking out. It had that pop, and then gave it back, and then we slowly grinded back higher until the final 30 minutes. And then that final 30 minutes, they jammed it to 417. Come on, Jesus. It's the same as Friday. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. We got to look at the charts here. Okay, the 15 minutes supportive. This 15 minutes saying it's at least on the next 15 minute. At a minimum, they're going to make a run for that low on the next 15 minute, even if it doesn't hold. We got this up here. So this sucks too. Now we got this trend line to fight. This is a trend line off the lows that held here. Now this trend line is going to be, we're looking for, they might tag 410 because of this trend line, because of the MAs right here. Okay, it's I would say there's an 80% chance that if they break low day, 410 might be it. They could crack or whatever, but we're probably not going to get much more than 410 given the posture at the moment. And looking at the chart of the 412 puts, we had a spike of volume on that last push lower. I kind of don't like that. Normally when you see a spike of volume into the move, that they're selling into the move. The 5 minutes not bad. It's kind of hanging in there. The 50 on the 5 minute of the 412s is trying to slant up. It was flat. It was trending up. And then the 9 of the 412s is crossed above the 50. So right now the posture of the chart of the 412 puts is supportive for a move to 410. So that's good. So, like I said, the time is a problem. This posture isn't ideal. Again, it could always, nothing's 100%, but this posture, if they push lower again, it's not going to stick. So if we get a spike, it doesn't mean they can't close it up here, obviously, towards 410. That doesn't mean that. They could jam it up there, and then they could hang it up there, and then no bounce. No bounce. That's possible. Sometimes it's as easy as, look at this 15 minute. Right here, when this closed, okay, we're pulling back. Well, this is step one of reversing this dip. So sometimes it's as easy as that. Okay, we got a green candle on the 15 minute. We're quote unquote oversold. So step in there against, I forgot what was here, for 14. I think we're above 414 here. You got VWAP. So your risk to reward would have been good here. Well, granted, you'd have to wait for this to close, so you'd have to buy here, risking, this low. But sometimes, it's as easy as that. So meaning you don't have to buy today's options. You could buy Wednesdays. You could have bought Wednesdays 410s right here on this close. Only looking at that. There's more to it than that, but I'm just giving an example. All right, this really needs to close green. Really needs to close green here. I'm not liking this look here. We don't want this at all. And we're still battling out this hammer. So ideally we want to close at the hammer lower or better on this 5 minute. And I think we will, because if you look at it like this looks like a tail sell candle from this side. So people are thinking, short. if you're looking at this chart. But from the bullish side, people are saying, oh, there's a nice hammer here. But that's not the ideal hammer you want. And they never confirmed, the hammer was never confirmed that it's going to reverse. Plus, you have the MAs just crossing, all pieces of the puzzle. So, okay, this is good here. I want a 41.10 close or better here. Let's go. Come on. The last 30 minutes of the day, this is what I was looking for earlier. And it's playing out, so come on. The analysis was sound. It made sense. It's playing out. You don't need to do that 408 and a quarter. Just make a run for that 410 and we're good. But this is a weird look. We took a lot of time off here. I'm not saying this is going to reverse. It's getting a little tired here, and this needs to. We need to be closing here. Come on, push it. A little bit more, a little bit more. Doesn't have to be 10. Just better than 13. Come on. 11. Give me 11 on this candle. Come on. Jesus. Ugh, come on. For the love of God, we're selling here. The sell side's always supposed to be quicker. Oy, oy, oy. This looks just like that Friday when they squeezed it to 417. They had to move on the 1 minute like this. They broke high day. Man, I'm going to go back at the chart. If this works out, I mean, you could look at it now to analyze it, but I think it was 2 Fridays ago when we went to 417 on the 1 minute. We had a high day break just like this. I think they even dipped down a little more, a little shakeout, and then they eventually started ripping. But so far this is good. This 100's about to cross, so it's not going to run away. On the 5 minute it was looking like we could have flushed, but now on the 1 minute we're grinding. We got that Bollinger Band up there. I'm still new to Bollinger Bands, so my take on them is not so hot. But I'm assuming this should be climbing up to open up to make room for a move lower, so we're not spiking that upper Bollinger Band like that. Oh, here's your entry. Look at this. Here's your entry. That's back test right here. I mean, we didn't know this was going to happen, but this was an entry right here. Come on. I swear to God, get away from here. Jesus Christ. Well, it's this 5 minute, and what I said a minute ago, this is what they did on that Friday to 417. They did have some kind of rug pull here, and then they held it together. But this 5 minute's not looking good right here at all. I'm not liking this look at all. This candle is going to have to break low day. It would be a weird look too. I don't know how that would look. But this would have to just continue. We can't have this cross like this. This is not a good look. We need to break low day, or close this nicely green on this candle to kind of keep this weird posture going. If you flip it, this looks like a bullish divergence on the regular chart. But because we're kind of flagging here, this is a unique look. This is a unique look here. The way, because we're kind of flagging here, and we're trying to hold this prior resistance here. This is unique here. Come on, close that 4110, please. This is freaking like 30 minutes up here. Come on. How much time do you need? Well, I'm definitely not adding now. Definitely not doing that. There's no reason to. There sort of, there's no reason to get in on either side. It's a little sketchy here. Bears have the edge, but they're it's a little shaky here. It's not an ideal setup, if you want to say. Keyword not ideal. Doesn't mean it can't work. It's just not ideal. And then now, are we going to get this little rising wedge here? Because that's what's setting up. So you know at a minimum, we're breaking low a day. Because now that we have this set up, you know they're at least going to make a test of that upper part. And then once you get there, that's where it gets interesting, because this is bearish. I'm sorry. This is bullish on the normal chart, bearish on this chart. But how I laid out the possibility for that flush down through 409, is this going to be a trap? Kind of like that 5-minute hammer, meaning people want to buy this bullish falling wedge, and then it just flushes and never breaks out to the upside for the bulls. We shall see here. I will say one thing: if you're short in any way, wherever this takes us, be quick to take your profits. Just because this posture is not ideal to be supportive if we get extended up here with this 9 all the way down here. Again, probabilities. Doesn't mean they can't close 410 or lower, but the further the bears get, the better chances at reverting back to the mean that there are. I'm not saying into the close we're going to snap back all the way down to, or snap up to 4130. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's looking like it will. We got 14 minutes here. So, well, that's what I'm hoping for. See this hammer right here, see? To all the newbie traders, or reverse, this is a very nice looking hammer, but in the context, again, not every pattern works. This hammer's not, was never confirmed, first of all. We never had follow through. The MAs, there's other stuff going on here, but and that's why we kind of got this quick move here off of from 4120 to 7, 13 handles relatively quickly. But then we came back here. Now the second time, you better believe we're going to break 410. The second time we do it. So 410.50 is getting about to get whacked here. That pesky 410.50. Let's go. Come on. Give that 410.50 a bludgeoning. Where's the gap at? 59? Okay, so the gap was filled. I wasn't even looking at that. The dream scenario is we get a hard flush into the close, 408 and a quarter. And, we crack 410. That's a $1.75 away. That's not, fantasy talk there. It could happen. Unlikely, but it could happen. Because if this candle right here can close close to 410, maybe get a little back test here. Another 5 minutes to 409, murder algo, it could, again, look at ES here. This looks heavy here because you have this. But when I look at ES, it's more reasonable that we get a flush. This is very doable when I look at ES here. I'm thinking that this is, it's maybe a 50-50 chance we can flush here. This 5-minute needs to close at least below 410.50. They're really playing games here. Come on. Jesus Christ. What was that low? 7 1/4 2 times. I'm hoping they do it because I want to play bounce. Look at them battling this out here with that 41.10. Come on, Jesus Christ. Come on, close the 41.10 for the love of God. Freaking almost 30 minutes down here on these closes. Jesus. It's looking a little sketchy here. It's going to be a weird look. If they open it down and crack this open, that's going to be unusual. Looking at it from this angle. See, it's looking like they want to bounce into the close. Right now, the Bears are still in control. The Stoke is telling me the Bears are in control, and they should break that. But, I mean, it's really hanging by a thread. See what I mean about that trend line from frickin' Friday? You kidding me? One. Look at this crap. Oh, I thought it was 3 times. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I mean, come on. Jesus Christ. This is... Man. However, on the closing basis, they're battling this 411. Man. Come on. See that 15-minute? That's kind of what's holding it. Look at this 9 all the way down here. That's why it's a slow, choppy move. Yeah, I'm not looking for a huge move. Bigger moves. I'm not looking for a huge move. It's just they're really grinding this out here. Okay, see this 30-minute? Look how it patched. Look at that reversal. So, I mean, this is saying, man, there's no way they don't test 410. No way. I mean, look at this reversal here. We're positive on the MACD here. We are entering bullish territory on this chart. But again, it doesn't mean they have to do it now. They could do it at 5 o'clock today. They could do it overnight. This 15-minute is concerning. This is a problem right here. I swear to God, this piece of shit. You piece of shit. God damn it. Oh my God. You gotta be goddamn kidding me. That's gonna ruin the chart right here, this stupid 5-minute. This is gonna ruin the whole move into the close. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, come back here now, 41.30. You missed it, so you might as well hit it now. The only thing that's going to save it now is murder. I'm going to go get my food. This is really annoying me now. Same shit as Friday. Same shit as Friday with this 410.50. Jesus Christ.